So today we're going to talk about some really cool stuff. Some that is on beta, but I do want to introduce you because uh, this will be the future of what I believe will make you money. By the way, because I'm all about making you money and no BS. I've been working a ton on building campaigns. So just so you guys know a little bit, we are hyper focused on releasing our email marketing campaigns. They're not going to cost you anything extra. It's going to be part of your subscription with Binox. And I want to kind of give you a little bit of an explanation of how we think about campaigns. And please feel free to give me feedback on it, because the more feedback you give me, a better product that we can build. And we do listen to feedback quite a bit. So I'm going to share my screen. And if you guys have any, if you want to talk about some of the things, fundamentals of Binox, we can stay after this and go through that as well. We can talk about checklists and things like that. But I just kind of want to give you an idea about what the future looks like for us and for you, and how you can really take advantage of these new marketing systems that will be on Binox. So let me share my screen. So first, we're going to talk about template emails, templating systems, basically. The main, when we started thinking about this problem, we wanted to build a system where you don't need an expert to build your email campaigns. That's my main goal. And believe me, I'm tracked to doing this, and you'll see how we're doing this. But I want you guys to be empowered by being able to build these campaigns yourself, or maybe your marketing person. So you don't need an expert to have to program things for you. This should be something quite simple. And that's the number one thing, building a templating engine where you can build these things. Now, the other things we think about is we think about marketing campaigns in 3 different sections. So let's talk about that. So the first one is, templating emails. Templating emails should be one of the easiest things to do inside of Binox. And if it isn't, I'd like you guys to give me feedback. But when we built this platform, by the way, this one is live. You can use it today, and we can go over that a little bit. But when we built this, we wanted to build something where you could just drag and drop things. So if you're a data partner, you're a galactic scan partner, they have campaigns, graphics, and things that you can use. You could literally copy and paste those here and start using this engine, right? That's the first thing. So having a system that is easy to use, that you can use, that you can preview emails, that's what we wanted to build. Then we moved into campaign building, what we call email blasting. Think MailChimp, right? Think MailChimp, where you do a one single email blast, you say it when it's going to go, you select your audience by, hashtags, list, whatever you want, and then you send that email blast. That's a one-time email blast. By the way, that is on beta right now, so you feel free to use it, test it, break it, give us feedback. We have been testing internally, and it works really, really well. But if you encounter any issues, let us know. That is already up. It should be up for you guys inside of Binox, and I'll walk you through a little bit on how to use it. We should be putting out a document. Carla, remind Rigo to paste that document on Binox help, and maybe make an announcement so people could just click on it when they log into the platform. So email blast is ready. It's on beta, and you can start using it now. Now, the ones that I'm excited about is our next generation of smart campaigns, and we call this smart campaign. One of the things that I wanted to build with smart campaign was a system where you just drag and drop things. I don't know if it's a little bit hard to see here. Let me just see if I can zoom in a little bit. But this is functional internally for us right now. We are testing it. I expect this to be live within the next 2 weeks. And what this is when you want to create a brand new marketing campaign, you're going to just click the button to start a campaign, and you're basically going to drag and drop elements into the campaign. And then you're going to have your campaign built launch it with your list, your tags, whatever audience you want to use. And you're gonna be able to set up triggers and actions like email, phone calls, tasks, opportunities, all these things that are part of Binox. You're gonna be able to add those triggers, but it's just a basic drag and drop. Very nice, very easy to use. And we obviously gonna do some calls and coach you on it. But that is the future of our campaign building. When I think about those, I'm thinking about creating campaigns for technology business reviews that you do quarterly with your customers, sequences and things, and so that is basically what I wanted to talk to you. And next, by the way, we are creating a product inside of Binox that will use ChatGPT, and it will use WordPress. We're creating a WordPress integration where you guys will be able to use ChatGPT to write a blog post, and with a click, you're gonna post it inside of your website. So should you use WordPress, obviously. And so that's it. That's really all I wanted to tell you. So email blast is ready. Feel free to use that now. We can talk about it now. Does anybody have any questions about what I just shown? Feel free.
The only question that I really have, Walter, is, there are some of, I'm in, Accelerators Club with Robin, and such. Is there, I don't know how easy it would be, or how easy you would consider it being for someone like myself to start replacing Keep with, completely with Binox, and implement, some of the campaigns, um into Binox, because I believe even if you have map or not, you still have access to the campaigns, for Accelerators Club and Producers Club. Yes.
Yeah, just full disclaimer. I mean, I obviously not saying you should replace Key, but what I'm saying is that you could take those campaigns, build them in Binox, which is essentially what we're doing, by the way. By the way, everything we do here is first being tested in my MSP. So when you guys say something to me, I've been through this. Like, I use it every day. Like, Binox is the only tool I use right now for my deals, right? So we have all of these deals on the pipeline right now. It's all I use is Binox. So I am patiently waiting for this to launch because I no longer have Keep. Uh, a little background on that. I had Keep years before I joined Robin Robbins. I probably had the most scar tissue of anybody I know when it comes to Keep. I had spent I actually calculated that I spent over $250,000 on just using Keep all these years, from people that I paid to do, then Robin Robbins, consultants. This is insanity. My obsession here was to build a system that is easy for you guys to use, and you don't need to have all this expertise to build your campaigns. You do have access to those campaigns still, I believe, even if you're just not using Map. But that's something maybe you want to ask them. But I'm building my campaigns still based on the Robin Robbins marketing, because I am a Producers Club member. But I'm building them into Binox because it's more functional to me. Um, and that's that's the whole purpose of this, to build easy to build campaigns. And in the next couple of weeks, you guys will have these campaigns ready to go. And that not just Robin, by the way, Randy. If you're a member, like right now, we're in talks with My Matrix, and they want to integrate with our APIs. We want to talk to everybody that wants to put their marketing campaigns in here. I know Galactic Scans is really excited to do things with us. Uh, we're talking to almost everybody that wants to dump their campaigns. When you come into marketing and you go to campaigns, there will be their campaigns already built here, right? So if you're, whoever we make deals with, My Matrix seems to be the first one we're going to be doing. They want to dump their campaigns here. So if you're a member of My Matrix, you just kind of click and start. inside of Binox. And building a campaign for us was as a matter of also, if I have Bob here and I want to dump him into a campaign, I'm just going to drag and drop into a smart campaign, and boom, Bob starts. I dumped him into that campaign with a single drag and drop. That's the kind of capabilities that we're building. So the campaign is the foundation, but then there's all the other actions that we're going to deploy. Okay. Any other questions? Dimitri, how are you, my friend? Any other questions, guys? Cool.
I'm good. Thanks, Walt, for talking about that. I don't know how long this is. I've got another 15 minutes before I have to go to my daughter's student of the month breakfast. So
Congratulations, brother. That's awesome, man. How old is she?
yeah, she is 13.
Oh my God. Congrats, buddy. That's awesome. I know why she's so smart. So she has a smart dad. How's the other business going, Dimitri? Everything good?
Everything's good. Can't complain. We just seeing some things shifting around. We've got some clients that are going away because of acquisition.
Hmm.
And that's been happening more and more over the past year here. So just interesting times. But then on the other hand, there's other stuff coming in. It's just, can we get it coming in faster than it's going out?
You know, I I am obsessed right now with co-manage IT. Uh, we're starting some campaigns as we speak, with Megan, my marketing manager, and I see a tremendous opportunity there as well. Uh, I think that all this consolidation will help us in many ways. I think it's going to help us. I think there's going to be more emerging MSPs. We see a ton of them coming up, and people are buying right now. The economy is not stopping right now. Whatever you hear on the news is kind of, if you're in the marketing and sales process and proactively going after these customers, prospects, and you're prospecting, you're doing marketing, people are buying right now. So take advantage of that. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but people are buying for sure. So I'm gonna give you a quick preview of the email blast. I have not set
Hey,
mine up.
Walter,
Yeah,
can I ask a quick question? So
of course.
yesterday I kind of did a faux pas. I deleted I deleted some information from Binox, and I was
Hmm.
wondering, is there a bin that we can go to retrieve the deleted information, or is it once it's gone, it's gone?
What did you delete? It depends. Do you know whether
Well,
you deleted?
it was a contact.
Oh, okay. So we don't have something exposed where you could just like undo yet.
Mm-hmm.
But if you give Carla the info here in the chat, we can definitely see if we can help you with that for sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, eventually we'll have something where you can undo certain things.
You can fix and undo. That would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something that it's
Oh,
on the
especially
list.
for us fast clickers.
I can see you already, Yvonne. By the way, that synchro integration is coming along beautiful, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't.
And
My was I didn't realize that somebody else was also using the CRM, and I deleted information, and I deleted something that he input, and he is the man. He's the owner of the company. So
okay, so we'll definitely help you. No worries. So
all right,
we are pushing the documentation for, again, it's Smart Campaigns is on beta, but you can feel free to test it out. We are pushing the step-by-step documentation today, so feel free to play around with that. The only one that's available currently is Email Blast, but when you click on it, it's going to ask you to authenticate your domain. So I will educate you guys throughout the process of email blasting and email marketing, because I think there are a lot of misconceptions when it comes to that. The first one that I will tell you is that the emails that Binox provides you are opted in, meaning you can send that first email. Now, if somebody opted out from whatever they opted it in during between when we source that lead until you send that first email, that's okay, because just make sure that your first email counts, right? Don't send some irrelevant information to people. Try to be as relevant as possible, will be my first recommendation. Make that first email count. We serve the independent insurance agency community. And what we do is when we send them the first email, it's an introduction to, about our MSP, but we also talk about how we help them with compliance. If we know specifically that they're in a state where compliance or some regulation is important to them, we make sure that that first email talks about what's important to them. And we tweak it all the time, but essentially we want to provide some good content, maybe a landing page for that particular audience. I know if we do, for example, an email blast in New York, we're going to send them to a landing page that speaks directly about the laws in New York and about how it affects them. And they get a ton of value from that. So make your first email count. But the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to authenticate your domain through your email through your domain provider. So difference between one-on-one emails, what we call the templates, right? And these email templates that you can build. The difference between these emails and blasting somebody, the difference is that these one-to-one are going out of your Microsoft Office 365 email, where email blasts will go out of an email system. Okay, so you're gonna have to authenticate your domain so that it goes out of your domain and it looks and feels, it won't go to spam, or at least not. You have to set it up right, okay, so it doesn't go to spam. And but you're gonna have to authenticate your domain first. So you can put your domain here. So for me, I'm gonna put my domain, Motiva.net is my MSP. And then I'm just gonna go through the process of doing this, right? And I want you guys to, I'm not gonna do this right now because we just pushed this up, so I want to make sure it works for you guys. But once you authenticate, then you're gonna be able to build your templates. You're gonna build your email templates inside of that, and you're gonna be able to use, if you already built one and you want to blast that, you can. Because as you go through that wizard, it's gonna ask you, do you have a template already? And you can say yes, select one of these, or no, start a blank one. And you can start a blank one similarly to what I'm doing here. And you can add images, you can add text, right? You can add all these things just by dragging and dropping. And there is a document on how to use this. Carla, if you don't mind pasting that here on the chat, so you guys can get a little more familiar with this builder, how to use the social media icons, and you can preview what it looks like on mobile and on desktop. So it's just a very easy to use builder. It does autosave, so even if you lost internet or your browser refreshed, it will be saved. So, but yeah, I will say that this afternoon you guys can start testing the email blast. Any questions on that, guys?
I have one question, Walter.
Sure.
When we do the email blast, is the opt-out a part of that, or do we have to build that into the template?
Awesome question, Randy. I almost forgot about that. So the opting out is actually by default already on every footer of every email. It's just going to be automatically put on there for you. It's going to take the information from your My Account information. So we made a little bit more space on My Account. So when you go to My Account here, now you can put your company name, your phone number, address, because all of this, we're going to take this information and use your opt-out link to do so. Okay, so, and we'll put it on that document that we're going to paste today. that we'll post today on Binox. We'll put all the details and step by step on how to do that. But the idea is that we're gonna automate some of the stuff that you should be doing, and so that's gonna be in the footer of every email when you blast.
Beautiful.
Cool. So yeah, stay tuned for more. I mean, we all of our efforts right now are only on email and email campaigns because we believe that these campaigns are essential to everyday use. Okay. Does anybody had questions about fundamentals or any other questions, how to get started with something? I'm happy to answer. Or if you have any questions about sales, you're stuck on a deal where you need some help, whatever. This is your call. If you guys need some help with things or you want me to give you some examples, ask whatever you want. Yvonne, you have any questions for me?
Not at the moment. When I live it, that's when I end up with the questions. As I'm using it, I'll say, how come I can't do this? Or how come I can't do that? You know, and I'm not shy.
No, I love that, by the way. I love the challenge because it makes a better app. Like, I really appreciate you guys coming into this call. Anything that you see that you would like us to add, if it's possible. We had a guy this week that wanted me to add a filter because he looks per area code. So I don't know the exact compromise because we cannot filter by area code. That's just not how the data comes. But there was a compromise. Carla, I don't know if you know the compromise that we did for him, but we did make some code specially to accommodate that. Do you know what was the outcome of that, Carla, with Julie, or no?
I believe it was by the zip code instead of doing
Oh,
it for the area code.
same thing, technically, right? I mean, that's great. Thanks for that. Okay, so we'll be posting that document for you guys to test that email blast this weekend. And if you have any questions, you know how to get us on the chat. But I thank you very much for joining the call today. Have a good weekend, everybody.
You too.
Thank
Enjoy.
you.
You too, Walter.
Happy Friday.
Take care.
everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
Hey, Carla, are you still there?